Wow, so frig, man, we are experiencing some crazy shit right now, and just wanted to record this so I could reference it to share with others later. Now, I've been eating raw Primal off and on for probably the better part of 6 months, but I would only do like a few week stints at a time, and never consistently, never really, I don't like the word religious, but not really consistently during the week. So I've been very consistent with it and only eating cooked food maybe once every 8 or 9 days, and that's usually a starch. I've only had cooked meat, I think, twice in 6 weeks, and let me tell you, I am fairly sure that Aajonus was correct about the body needing minerals and fat and enough bacteria to commence a detoxification, because I have a unique comparison here. As before I started this, I was almost completely doing OMAD or in looping, so it was just eating once a day, eating pretty clean, still some cooked food, but some raw, and drinking looping my urine all day, which is a powerful practice on its own. And that is allegedly supposed to have a lot of detoxification on the body, and it's supposed to be very healing. Fasted is touted as the holy grail in terms of detoxification, right? And the interesting point is I'm experiencing, while eating an abundance of food right now, I'm experiencing detoxification literally like I don't think I ever have in my life before. It's nuts. So about 2 weeks ago, I started getting, usually my colds start like this, I'll get a sore throat, and that'll turn into a headache that's really bad, like a headache in the cerebellum area. That's the only area where I feel it ever, and that's been a difficult journey because it debilitates me. I just can't function. So that's how it usually starts, and then it goes, this one in particular went sore throat, headache, absolutely crazy amount of mucus and phlegm coming out, coughing my lungs out. And then following that, I had a fever. I had aches and pains in my jaw and teeth, like a deep pain. So I don't know if it turned from a cold to a flu. So if it went from bacterial to viral, to me that's what it sounds like it's doing, but I could be wrong. And so that happened for about 9 days when I experienced that. And I was slamming dairy. I was slamming goat milk, lots of fat, lots of raw eggs, a pound of white meat and a pound of dark meat every day, and 1 to 2 fruit meals a day, and the green juices as well. So pretty much following the plan. It wasn't perfect with the parsley, but I've been better. And well, guess what happens? So I experience all that, and I'm like, holy shit, like this is rough, but this sounds like exactly what is to be welcomed, right? And I thought I was in the clear. And truth be told, I guess my body was like, hey, the resources are on board here. So the exact same symptoms about a week later of having pretty much only a cough still, the exact same symptoms came. Hot, like fever, hot flash, cold flash. But this time around, it's been actually quite severe. And yesterday I started getting an immense pain in my spine at the right below kind of where the kidneys are, and it's come up the spine and into my neck, and my head is pounding, my whole body is sore, and I'm not as mucousy, which is nice. But here's another crazy thing that's happened. I've been, like, it's 1:50 in the morning right now. I can't sleep. I keep having this dream, like tonight, where my body is healing, and I can witness this because I'm quite in tune with myself. My body's, like, I could see the parts of my body, like my body systems, like almost like on a digital display type, what I'm seeing. And it's like, and it's like healing and detoxifying that spot, and then it goes to the next spot and the next spot, and it just keeps going around and around and around. And every time something heals, like metaphorically, whether or not I'm actually experiencing that in real life, I don't know, but I keep waking up, and it's like this fucking crazy loop I've been in all night. It's just fucked up. But I'm beginning to, I'm doing my best to really see this for what it is, and it's likely just a very strong detoxification. Because if the raw food caused this just based on bacteria, I would have been sick like this like literally many months ago, and I did not experience not even a blip of illness eating the questionable raw meats, the chicken, the pork, things like oysters, raw dairy, right? And so I'm pretty blown away with this. And another thing I wanted to add was I'm a welder for work, and I do quite a lot of welding, like a lot more than what you would most guys that are welding. I'm welding for hours every day, like with the shield down welding. So lots of time spent burning metal and like being exposed to fumes and metal dust and whatnot. And most of the time I'm wearing a respirator. But there are times where it's windy outside and I'm like, I just don't want to wear the respirator. So I'm obviously being exposed to a degree to some of these environmental toxins. And most of my career, which has been since 2017, I've been wearing my respirator. Like, let's just say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I've been pretty consistent with that. And it's blowing my mind because the first time I got sick, like a few days into it, I started blowing snot out that smelled metallic, like very much metallic. And I'm a bit of a weirdo, and I usually dedicate a towel to, like, as a snot rag, like as a big handkerchief when I'm sick. And so I just use this dark blue towel, and when I wake up at night and I gotta blow my nose, I would just blow it into that. And I noticed that my snot is literally metallic, like the color. I had one that was literally looking like mercury. It was pure silver, and tin-like. It was just fucking crazy. So all this is coming out of my body. I've never in my life had an illness or a detoxification like this. And I fasted for 5 days. I've done multiple 4 and 5 day water fasts. I've done multiple dry fasts that are 3 days. I've done, I fasted on my own piss. I don't like that word, but I fasted on my own urine for 4 days. And I never experienced that kind of detoxification. So I think Aajonus was right when he said, you only get basically a basal level of detox when you're not in a caloric, abundance of raw fat, raw protein, and of course that small amount of carbohydrates. So I'm kind of blown away because I've always been in the school of thought that you need to be fasting to detoxify. And I mean, Tell me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm experiencing right now. Is I'm detoxifying pretty intensely while eating, which is it goes against everything I used to believe in. But I'm open-minded enough to entertain the ability or the idea, the possibility that this is effective and it works. So I'm pretty stoked. Obviously I feel like shit, but this is my body just getting rid of probably years of garbage that was stuck in my, like, I have this cerebellum pain and I've been meaning to get my eyes read because it's been years. So I want to get my eyes read because then I can tell, like, kind of before and then maybe a few years into eating this way, could start to compare to see what kind of detoxification and health improvements I'm experiencing. So just thought I'd share that. And if there's someone that's new to this whole belief, there's a guy named Excellent Health, and he has a video about, I think it's titled How Detoxification Really Works. And he breaks down kind of Aajonus's point of view about the bacterial abundance of nutrient type thing in terms of how that makes detox happen naturally, not forcing it. And I suggest anyone who's like questioning this to watch Aajonus's lectures and also check out that guy's channel, Excellent Health, because he's been tapped into this knowledge for a while and he's got some great videos on it. So lots of love, you guys, and thanks for checking in. This is quite a ride and very humbling experience. So I'll talk to you guys later and keep everybody updated on how this plays out. Wild.